Hello class and welcome to Module 5 in Week 5. We're just going to do our weekly video to discuss a little bit about the assignments, objectives, and also the expectations for this week. Alright, so Module 5. This week you do have chapters 10, 11, and 12 due for your readings. Just partly for chapter 10, not all of it. In your classroom activities, you do have 2 web lessons that we would like for you to complete. We also ask that you open the Contemporary Nursing Issue Project rubric and also the sample format again so that you get a clear idea of what the expectations are, especially since you have draft 2 of this assignment due this week. Next, we'd like for you to open the Creative Professional Identity Project rubric and guidelines again. I did go over this in quite a bit of detail last week in our video, but remember that will be important for you to learn how to use one of the suggested media tools in order to complete that assignment, which is due next week. In the 5th activity, we ask that you complete a reflection on what you have learned in your reading. This is not something that you have to submit. It will not be due on discussion board, but it's something we think that will contribute to the knowledge that we ask that you learn this week with the objectives that are assigned. All right, so this week your submitted assignments are, as usual, the discussion and reflection, and also the second draft of the Contemporary Nursing Issue paper. For your discussion board this week, we've asked you to choose a nurse that you know, either you've worked with in the past or you are currently working with, and talk to us about why this nurse exemplifies a good leader. Why are they a good leader in your eyes? And then we've additionally asked that you bring the ANA Standards of Professional Nursing Practice and competencies into your discussion board and reflection, as well as the readings that you've been assigned this week. So right here is a link to the Nursing Scope Standards, and I have it already pulled up on my computer. We ask that you read through these standards of professional practice, and in the later pages of this reading you'll find competencies that are associated with these practices. And we just ask that you talk to us a little bit about why the nurse that you know exemplifies these competencies and these standards of practice, and why you think that they are a good role model and leader. In your response post this week, you will be responding to one classmate whose leader's competencies are a little bit different than yours, and then compare and contrast your answer with theirs. As usual, if you are asked a question, please do respond. If your response on your post is simply informative, then you are not required to respond. Next, your major assignment for this week is to submit your second draft of the Contemporary Nursing Issue paper. As usual, if you are in a group, both of you will need to submit the second draft, and if you are on your own, then of course you submit your individual draft. We do have the Contemporary Nursing Issue Project rubric and template again here for you to review. Please do go over the feedback very seriously that I've given you for the draft 1 and submit your second draft with the completions of that feedback. I'm going to open the rubric guideline here. So we've already completed the first and second sections. This draft will be focused on the support of the decided position. It's going to be very important for each of you to pay attention to the feedback that I gave you, because everyone, not just one of you, but every one of the class students has to do some revisions and some work on these first 2 sections in order to move forward with this third section. I saw a lot of students putting information that belongs in this support of the decided position section up and in these first 2 sections, so you want to be sure that you amend and revise as appropriate with the feedback that I've given, and put all of the meat of your evidential support into this portion of the paper that you'll be submitting now. Now, this is an important portion of the paper because you do see it's worth the most portion of your grade in the entire rubric. So you want to focus on proving to me that your position is most evidence-based and most appropriate based on expert opinion, national organizations, foundations, or institution, and what you have found in the literature. You will be submitting your draft through this link as usual. And I also wanted to call your attention to the discussion board for the Contemporary Nursing Issue Project. I did post a summary of draft one, basically strengths and areas for improvement. I apologize. I thought that this pulled over on Friday, that I posted it on Friday. I did plan to, but my post did not make it to the discussion, so I posted it again today. This overall summary of pointers with strengths and areas for improvement will help you with your just in general with your paper and your second draft, so please be sure that you read that. That is all that I have for you this week. If you have any questions or concerns, please don't hesitate to let me know. I wish you all the best of luck, and we will see you in a video next week.